What should you not do when in the Philippines? I'm going to react to this TikTok video and see how correct I think this Filipina is. Let's get started.
These are the things that you should not do when you're traveling to the Philippines. Number one, never ask for a napkin when you go to the restaurant. Well, napkin in the Philippines is a sanitary napkin. So when you're asking for a napkin when you go to a Filipino restaurant in the Philippines, ask for tissue. Next, when you want to go use
Also, guys, when you do go to the Philippines, you'll notice that napkins are not really a thing in some restaurants, but a lot of people's houses, when you go eat there, people eat mostly with their hands, especially the more in the province you are, and they do not use many napkins, probably because they're expensive. I also think it's a waste. In my house, personally, I use reusable, washable napkins because I think it's a waste of paper, but let's keep going.
the bathroom, don't ask for bathroom. Ask for CR. Where is the CR? That's the term we use in like bathroom in the Philippines. So CR. Next, when you're visiting a
That's also very true. CR, comfort room is what it stands for. They don't use the term bathroom or restroom here. So if you're in a restaurant, you need to go to the restroom. Comfort room. Another thing, the Philippines is not big on public restrooms. Like the airport, Terminal 3 has real nice restrooms, but some restaurants, especially local restaurants, you'll find the restrooms very subpar, or the CR, the comfort room. So be prepared for that when you come to the Philippines.
family in the Philippines, take off your shoes, please. Next, don't wear super or extreme bougie jewelries when you're walking around Philippines, especially big cities, because it can be dangerous. So
I don't think that's a real problem with many expats wearing bougie jewelry around the Philippines. That being said, I've walked around Manila in the middle of the night in Quezon City, which is considered one of the more crowded, dangerous parts, and have been fined. So, I mean, of course, like any big city, you get into trouble, but in my opinion, it's much safer than, say, a big city in Latin America, Bogota, Colombia, Medellin, Colombia, even like Santiago, Chile, which is a pretty first world city. They're all much more dangerous to me, in my opinion, and I've been to all of them, than the Philippines or than Manila.
just be simple, especially again when you're going to like big cities. But like small province, like it's fine. But big cities, it's a different story. Next, when you're visiting like a church, don't wear something provocative. Because Philippines, especially when you're going to a church, it's religious site. So please be mindful and be respectful of your outfit. Next, don't disrespect.
That is true. When you're in church, you want to dress conservatively. And, a lot of Filipinas will dress conservatively. Not men, not Filipinos, but a lot of Filipinas will dress conservatively, especially when it comes to like the beach. Of course, at the big tourist beaches, you'll see lots of bikinis and stuff like that. More so on the tourist women. It takes, like my Filipina girlfriend currently, first time we went to the beach, I think it was our first time ever wearing a bikini at the beach, and I think she only felt brave enough to wear it because she was with a foreigner, me. Um, but you know, bikinis. A lot of times, if you go to especially like a Filipino public beach, most of the women will be wearing shorts and t-shirts, and for that matter, a lot of the men wear t-shirts too. And I think that's for the sun, maybe, because the men walk around the streets of the city with no shirts on half the time. So I'm not sure why the men dress more conservatively at the beach, but everybody pretty much dresses more conservatively at the beach. I've seen this in places like Mexico and certain places of Latin America too. Europe, especially Europe and the United States, are much more liberal about showing skin on the beach. So that's another thing to look out for when you come to the Philippines.
Respect the natural resources in the Philippines. So, for instance, you're going to like a beach, don't like destroy properties there. Of course, like it's common sense not to damage property. Next, Don't just
Okay, yeah, I've talked about pollution on the ton. She's talking about damaging property. A lot of the beaches is not much you can damage. There's these little kubus that you can rent out for like $2 a day. They're just wood and bamboo. I don't know how you would damage them. But as far as pollution goes, she's right. Don't throw your garbage in the beach. That being said, the Filipinos, you'll sit there and watch them eat a bag of chips and then throw the bag into the water. So, I mean, that one I don't necessarily agree with. I've talked about it a lot on my channel, and a lot of Filipinos get mad at me for how much I talk about the pollution here, but I feel like I need to do my part in educating Filipinos. I'm old enough to remember the US in the 70s. We had the big campaign to clean up garbage, and I used to see people throw their coffee cups out the window of their car, stuff like that. And that's the way it is currently in the Philippines. And I wish and hope it'll change, and I think it should, and it would be the best for the Philippines tourism industry, because garbage doesn't just stay in one place. When you throw your garbage in the river, it ends up, a big storm will come through and it'll end up in the nicest beaches will be covered with garbage from the tidal surge.
leave your things unattended. Again, it's again common sense to not leave your things unattended, because you know we never know. There might be a dishonest person that will take your stuff. So just be mindful and don't leave your things unattended.
Yeah, and I agree with that one. However, in the Philippines, as opposed to, again, say Latin America, and even in Latin America, I was with an old girlfriend in Costa Rica several years ago, and she dropped her wallet as we were catching a cab to go to some waterfalls. And one of the locals picked it up and ran us down and gave her wallet back, didn't empty the cash out of it. And it's the same in the Philippines. The Filipino people, if I drop something in the street, they'll grab it, as I'm walking. I walk every day, walking man walks. If I drop something, they'll grab it, run and catch up to me and give it to me. Hey, mister, you dropped this. So, and of course there's thieves everywhere. So that's good advice, when you're at the beach or somewhere swimming, don't leave your stuff sitting on the beach, especially stuff that's worth money, without keeping an eye on it or having an attendant there to watch it, like one of your friends or your girlfriend or whoever.
So yeah, hopefully these information are helpful for you guys. Enjoy.
Okay, guys, just a short video today on reacting to that TikTok video I happen to pick up, I happen to watch. Go ahead and subscribe, like, comment on anything I said in the video, especially if you're Filipino, and I'll see you next time.